Hi everyone, it's Athena. Welcome back to my channel. It's Thursday, October 3rd, 2019. Okay, so I heard the word constraints. Why? Because sometimes we think constraints as being negative, right? But if you think about it, really take a deep look into constraints. They're really actually liberating, right? Because wherever there's like, I don't know, like an excess of options to choose from, constraints actually decrease and overwhelm and complex all of the order in which that chaos leads us to. I hope that makes sense. So in actuality, constraints actually enable us to, through all the chaos, provide order for us, right? So sometimes the constraints, because everything that happens for, right, for good, even if there are constraints, even if we place those constraints upon us, right? We end up realizing that through that chaos, we resolve to see the order. Might want to listen to that again. All right, let's do it. Thursday, October 3rd. Very liberating day, actually. When we are not constrained by those of others. Okay. All right, one more shuffle and let's see what's happening. All right, October 3rd. Let's see what's going on. All right, so our cups today, it looks like the cups are emptying out. They are whatever wishes that one thought, whatever wishes you thought you wanted, you're seeing the picture differently now. You're seeing the desires, the fruits of your labor, the things that you thought are now liberating you to understand that some things that you thought you wanted are, you know now, are not good for you. So you're emptying those out to make room and way for new, because these things that have caused you chaos truly have made you imbalanced, where you're not giving and receiving. You've been like in a holding pattern, 6 of Pentacles. And this is the mischief of the chaos right here, where kids become chaos. They like to be, you know, they're just mischievous, right? But if this is your child, then this child is playing the game of checkers, right? Right? Not giving of anything except now freeing you to be once again, freeing you to see that through the chaos brings order. That's what I need to say. Okay? So this is allowing the release and the liberation of a child who is, you know, who is being mischievous and stuff like that, you know. And kids tend to be mischievous. Now, if this isn't a child, we have here Aries, Leo, Sag, right? If this is just the energy of a young soul who sees that through the negative, games that one plays, is seeing the light now of their day, of their ways, actually, the light of their ways. So this looks like a reading where we have, the liberation from chaos through children, through a child. One that loves dearly and greatly, right? Children are all about love. They are the essence of love, right? So through the love of a child, some young soul or a child has learned that being mischievous and mischievous does not require, and when a child, okay, that's what I heard too. And when a child is being mischievous and being, a child is mischievous because it's lacking love, right? Okay? So understand that this child is needing the love from you and needing the love for self. So this reading looks right now about children, all children, right? All children who come to be mischief makers. They do random things. They get involved with the wrong kids, wrong friends. They all just need love. Okay? Love for self, love from family, etc. Okay? And this is the offering of love and forgiveness. Okay? So, some of you parents out there might have children who have been really testing your patience, really playing that, it's a checkerboard, but like checkmate, right? Playing chess with one's life, right? And you end up seeing that the true value is in forgiveness and love right here. Okay? So if your kids, or if you've been having friends with kids who are out of whack, so to speak, which they are usually, they just want love and they just need forgiveness. And now it's back to, let's get back to work. Let's get back to what we really need to focus on. Okay? So this will contain itself through the order. Now, through this order, now we can get on with forgiving and learning, right? Let's learning a valuable lesson, that the mischief that happens is actually going to liberate us into a huge feeling of love and forgiveness. Okay? I love it. That's really, so this is really about like kids being bad. Kids being bad in a way that they think, they think something's funny, and it's not. They think they can get away with something and they can't. Ultimately, knowing that there's a price to pay for it, But through it all, and that's what I need to say, through it all, through all the chaos and the constraints that have been overwhelming for some, because kids do that, right? At times they make us very crazy and chaotic. So they just want forgiveness and love. So that's what we're there to provide them with as parents. Okay. Now let's see if there's any other messages with this to go with this reading. Okay. I'm going to take this one. Here we go. So the third eye is clouded negative thinking, right? This is about someone who is not understanding the ways of, why is my kid involved in, the wrong group? How did this happen? It's kind of clouded thinking and confusion when it comes to, well, my child would never do that. One of those, right? I mean, we've all been there. If you are a parent, you understand that children are mischievous. That's their ways. That's the way they get attention and seek attention. So sometimes this is just for us to say, to understand that we sometimes don't see this happening here, and then finally it just clears itself up, because we end up choosing, and the kids end up choosing more wisely their path, right? Or it's chosen for them, which means, that old adage of, I'm taking your phone away, and, you have to pay for what you've done, right? For sure. As it should be, right? If we don't give children the rules, if we don't give them the necessary constraints of not going crazy, because they're asking for love. That's all they want, right? When they're like that, they just want to be loved, all right? And they want to be forgiven, but in the same breath, they need discipline, because that's what children do when they're out of whack. So now they have to sacrifice. A sacrifice has to be made, because when you do wrong, there has to be some kind of, repentance, so to speak. A child can't just get away with what they want. And then we find very important to heal from, the child needs to heal from the actual feeling that maybe they feel that they need the love that they're not getting. They want more love. I'm just telling you, some kids right now out there in the universe are really needing more love, okay? And this is the message. Forgive and love, because when kids act out and make choices that are not the best for themselves and others, they're really needing positive reinforcement. The solar plexus is all about what? It's all about self-esteem and growth. This is immaturity, right? So this is how kids grow. Kids are going to grow. How do they grow? Through discipline, okay? Discipline's needed for every child, so that kids know that you have to pay if you do something stupid, right? So there's shame here involved with this being blocked. There's shame, and there's a feeling of, passively wanting to say, forgive me, right? It's just a shameful kind of feeling here, okay? So, as it should be, because when kids act out, they need to at least know and feel that shame whenever they do what they do. And, of course, love again. So we have 2 Ace of Cups here. So whoever is dealing with a child who is acting out, there is great love that's needed for this child and or children. So please take that as a huge message for all the children of the world need to, in order to balance themselves out, they need great love. They need great love from their parents, and they need the forgiveness also, because that's what it's all about. And of course, the discipline. Okay? All right. Let's keep going. And there you go. And then what happens? Everything balances itself out, and then the treasures from the universe come out because you've forgiven and you love your children. And that is the deal. That's like the bottom line. It's about love and forgiving your children, right? Okay. So there could be one or a few children. I only see one here, but one is you only need one to stir the pot, right? And that's why I think it's in this reading. It's just one that stirred the pot and said, come on, let's do something crazy. And now everyone has to pay for it. Okay, let's get one Ascended Master Archangel card. All right, let's go. One, and this is it right here. Charity. There it is. Being charitable. Prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven and ask, and you shall receive. So when you pray, you know, and I feel some parents have been praying very desperately to help their children get out of binds and get out of constraints being all negative, and the people and the places and what they do to provide some order. Prayer will provide for order. All it takes is just be understanding, be loving, be charitable, maybe help other children. Maybe that's the message as well. When you help one children, you help them all. Okay? It's like the domino effect. All right. Prayer and contemplation. Have a great day.